There are times when looking at new models that you have to ask one very easy and simple question, which is, what the hell is this? And this is one of those situations where a what the hell is this, I think, is 100% warranted. So this is the Kroot Lone Spear, which a snipe specialist busts tanks and then slinks back into the underbrush. But this particular Kroot is riding a really weird animal that I don't even know where to start. We're just going to have a look at it and then we'll try and figure out exactly what this is supposed to look like together. So this is the Kroot Lone Spear and that is a catfish dinosaur lizard thing. What is going on with the head? What is happening with this? See, the thing is, what's confusing to me is this has got the general shape of a Kroot hound, right? It's got that sort of, the back legs look to be a bit longer than the front legs. It's got that sort of hunched over position. But instead of the quills, we've got a shark-nosed, catfish whiskered lizard with some sort of dinosaur-esque scaly thing going on the top of it. Now, I'm not saying it looks bad. That's not fair. I don't think it does look bad. But it is kind of funky. It is sort of weird. And I'm not really sure whether it's doing it for me or not. Now, of course, the lad on top looks as good as you'd expect. He's a Kroot, a new Kroot. And they've so far nailed the new Kroot stuff. They've looked absolutely fantastic. Even though at this point I'm fairly convinced that there's maybe like a solid core of us who are really liking this revival of the Kroot, whereas a lot of the newer players probably couldn't care less. But I still can't get over the face of the shark lizard fish, whatever the hell that is. Also, there's a bit of toad-like kind of throat action going on. There's a bit of, what is it? What's it called? It's like that bit there. It's like the wattle. Is that what it's called? The wattle? That's probably not what it's called. It might be called that, but only on turkeys, in which case, not relevant to this. Although I suppose lizards? No. Dinosaurs basically turn into birds, and that's not what this is. That is a gross oversimplification and is not necessarily, let's just pretend that didn't happen. Anyway, look, let's step away from the weird horse just for a moment and take a look at the lad riding, who looks pretty good. It looks like we've got some normal spears there for removing the heart of people from medium to long range, which is nice, but then we also have some sort of grenade-tipped or explosive-tipped spears as well, presumably for the tank-busting side of things, which is cool. I do like the poncho that's being worn. Very nice, very nice. Actually a bit weird, though. A little bit weird to see a Kroot with that much clothing on. A little bit odd. I'm so used to the, one bandolier and a pauldron look that actually seeing this one with an actual item of clothing that covers the body is kind of freaking me out. Just a little bit. It's just a little bit weird. It's like when you see a dog in, a full jumpsuit style thing. It's like, on the one hand, it is kind of cute. On the other hand, that dog's wearing human clothes, and that just doesn't sit right with me. Similar situation right here. But to be fair, it probably gets a bit chilly riding around on the weird lizard dog, so I can understand why you want a little bit of covering there. I have to say, it does change the body shape quite a lot. It makes the Kroot look weirdly, I don't know, it sort of takes away from the lithe look that they have. They usually look quite skinny but muscular, right? This one doesn't have that, and it's kind of, I don't know, it just looks very, very different to the other ones we've seen so far. That being said, the coat poncho thing does have a good amount of detail, and I like the straps. Those look cool. The netting over one side is pretty good. And I'm not sure what that extra decoration on the head is supposed to do, but if it's just decoration, it looks pretty cool. Even though it has kind of been painted to look a little bit like a steak, which is, I'm assuming it's not an actual steak. Okay, so what is this thing actually called? So the Lone Spears ride strange chameleonic creatures called Kalamandras, whose ability to alter their skin colour, so it's basically just a mix of a chameleon and a salamander in terms of name. Cool, fine. And move through tough terrain unhindered makes them perfect mount for expert hunters. Their speed and strength let them keep up with packs of Kroot hounds, guiding them to fight more effectively and capture far-flung objectives. So these, I'm assuming, despite the similarity in terms of the overall pose / look of the Kalamandras and the Kroot hound, looks like these are not another type of dead-end Kroot evolution. I'm not going to lie, I was kind of hoping that they would be. That it would just be like an even weirder sort of Kroot evolutionary branch that didn't go anywhere. Like, that would be kind of... Then again, I'm sure the Codex will have more information on them and their sort of where they've come from. Or at least I hope it does. That would be nice. So some of them have got explosive tipped javelins, whose charges can blast apart armoured troops. They're a convenient weapon to hurl while riding at speed, and a look hit on a tank can do significant damage. Plus, we've got ones that opt for the long gun, which looks solid. It looks so good. We've got a cheeky little look at what the long gun can actually do as well there. 36-inch range, 1 attack, ballistic score 3. That's not bad. Strength 6, AP minus 2, 3 damage. Plus the long spears themselves can also do a little bit of buffing by the look of things. Advanced scouting. Each time this model makes a ranged attack that hits an enemy unit until the end of the turn. Each time another Kroot model from your army makes an attack that targets that enemy unit, you can re-roll the hit roll. That's a fun little interaction right there. Also, of course, someone needs to give those Kroot hounds some sunblock. Look at that. Good grief. That's a proper English expat in Spain skin tone right there. And these won't be available until the second wave of releases. So, yeah, that's you're going to have to wait a while for those, probably. Overall, though, decent looking unit. I don't know why the head of that thing is so weird to me, but it really is. There's just something oddly uncanny about it, and I can't even tell you why. Like, in the grand scheme of 40k, right, the head of the Kalamandras is not that weird. It's not that odd. It's not that out there. But it just is really like this. I think I'm seeing multiple different things in there, but they're all standing out to such an extent that it's making it hard to focus on the other things. So instead of it looking like its own thing, it looks like a mash of a bunch of other stuff. And generally speaking, I don't tend to get that when looking at models, but for some reason, this one is really getting me. It's really getting me. That being said, I mean, it's a new Kroot. It's more Kroot. It's a new Kroot, which I can't help but be in favour of. I mean, more, not just more Kroot, but new stuff for this army when it was neglected for so long. Keep it up. Keep it going. I don't know how many, as I said before, I'm not sure how many of the newer players will be that bothered by it, but I don't know. I'm liking it. I'm liking it a lot. It's hard not to because they're, slamming me with nostalgia every week at the moment. And they're very good at that at this point, so of course it's working because I'm weak-willed and I see things from olden times and I go, yes, please, I have not had this for many years. But not exactly like that, because that would be weird. Anyway, let me know what you think of that, lad, in the comments down below. Thank you very much for watching. Apologies for the long delay between videos. I was really ill, but I'm getting better. I'm knackered, and my new medication is really messing with my ability to stay awake at any given time. But it's fine, because we're powering through, and we're getting on with it. So yeah, that was nothing to do with leaving any sort of critique or anything to do with the model. So I'll see you for the next one.